Welcome everybody. Today on Pressure Crisp we're going to be doing some roasted root vegetables in the Ninja Foodi. This recipe is so simple and so easy, but oh so delicious. It really is. You're going to be taking butternut squash and sweet potatoes, onions, and carrots and combining them all. And roasting them, it's a perfect side dish. It's just so good. Come on over and let's get started. What you see in front of you is plain old root vegetables. We're looking at sweet potatoes, a butternut squash, some carrots, onion. You're going to need some olive oil. I only put thyme in. I don't have any fresh, so I'm using dried. And we're going to put pepper as well as salt. This is how easy this recipe is. You just have a lot of peeling and slicing and dicing to get this in your Ninja Foodi. Lovely butternut squash. You want a very sharp knife. We're just going to chop off the top. And what I like to do is chop a bit off the bottom. And you're just going to take your peeler and just go just like that. I'm not going to show you this whole thing because I'm sure you know how to peel vegetables. Moving quickly on to the sweet potatoes, I'm just going to peel these up. All right, so we have our 3 carrots. I just like to chop the ends off. Now you try to get all these pieces uniform in size. So basically all I'm going to do is just chop these into chunks. Now I don't want too big of pieces because I want this to cook in a reasonable amount of time. Now when I get down to these larger pieces, a lot of times I just cut it and just cut them just like that. Just going to pick these carrots up and just put them in a good sized bowl. Now let's chop these sweet potatoes up. Once again, sweet potatoes can be very, very hard. So I try to, and any spots that you missed where you missed peeling it. So I'm just going to chop it there. There and there. And we're just going to cube these up. Then there's the cutting up of the butternut squash. What I like to do is just cut it right here. This is one solid piece right there. I am going to go ahead and cut this in half. And you're just going to scoop out the seeds with a spoon. Now, this is a good sized butternut squash. You can use the whole thing, or you can just use half. There we go. Got to have a good sharp knife. And if you're only going to use half of this butternut squash, you can go ahead and reserve the leftovers. And I know it's a lot of effort. You can steam the butternut squash. It's really, really good steamed. And that's about the size you want right there. Right there. This smells so good. As you can tell, this is making a good amount. And I'm just mixing everything together. It looks fantastic. Now we're just going to go ahead and chop that onion up. Just go down like this. Once again, watch your fingers. Just a big old dice. Because like I said, these will cook. If you see some larger pieces where it didn't cut through, just go ahead and just give them a chop. It'll be fine. Just like that, and just toss that in with the veg. Ah, my eyes are watering, people. Lordy, lordy, lordy. So it's going to give a mix. Just see how much we have. Yeah, this is a super amount. All we're going to do next is we're just going to take some olive oil. You can use whatever oil that you want. When I'm roasting vegetables, I prefer just to use an olive oil. Probably like a couple tablespoons. And I'm just doing this all by eye. I'll give measurements down below. Probably like a teaspoon of kosher salt. Black pepper, of course, always fresh. Probably like a half a teaspoon. Now this is where you got to be careful with the thyme, because you don't want to add too much thyme because it'll overpower the dish. Put it in your hand. This is probably like a half a teaspoon, and you're going to crumble it between your fingers and sprinkle it on. Sorry, I'm sniffling because of the onion. And this looks fabulous. This is going to be so good. Just mix it just like that. That is all set to go. You want to make sure your ceramic bowl is in your Ninja Foodi, and look at that. If you want to wear gloves and not end up with orange hands, go ahead and wear gloves. I'm just going to take this whole amount, and we're just going to pour it into the Ninja Foodi. Just going to give it a stir. Now this filled up half the pot. What we're going to do now is lower the lid. Going to make sure your Ninja Foodi is on. We're going to select Bake Roast. I am going to drop the temperature down to 350, and we're going to hit start. The time, we're going to up this to 1 hour. There's a lot of veg in that ceramic bowl, and this is going to take a while. And also, you're going to have to turn this frequently. Probably, I mean, I don't want to say every 5 minutes because that's a bit excessive, but turn it, go in there and toss those vegetables with a spatula frequently because you want some brownage as well as you want them done. And like I said, there's a lot of vegetables in there. It's been about 10 minutes. Just going to look in on them, and we're just going to give them a quick stir. Oh, guys, ladies, gentlemen, oh, terrific already. We are 30 minutes into this, and look at this. This veg is browning up nicely. This is why I say you should stir it when you can, because you want to make sure there's a little bit of brownage on the veg. And I'm just going to grab a butternut squash piece and taste it. Oh my God. It's not done, but it's so good. I set all the heat out. So we have 12 minutes left on the clock. This is browning up nicely. The veg, there seems to be enough oil on these, so they're not drying out too much. If you don't want as much brown, I like when the roasted root vegetables have some color. If you don't want a lot of color, you might want to consider lowering the temperature to 325. But I really like when it turns brown. Be careful, these are hot. The carrots are like al dente. They're not, they're delicious. This is actually perfect. So I would say 50 minutes for this large amount of roasted root vegetables. Let me pour this off into a serving dish, and we'll do a taste test. Test time. Look at this. Look at this gorgeousness. Still steaming. The colors. Magnifique. No, this is so good. Now, if you want this cooked, the carrots are kind of al dente, okay? This is the way I like it. This cooked for 50 minutes at 350. If you want them cooked even more, like where you try it at the 50-minute mark. If you like it, serve it. If you want the carrots cooked more, cook it for the full hour. But let's just dig in here. I'm going to burn my mouth out. Whoops. And just to let you know, the carrots are al dente too. They're not like super soft. You're getting a little bit of crunch with the veg. I like it this way. If you don't, tack on another 10 or 15 minutes and it'll be perfect the way you like it. Once again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and don't forget to hit that notification button. And I appreciate all you guys. Oh, you know what I need to tell you? Watch it with the thyme. Dried thyme can be very potent. Once again, thank you everybody. Take care.